Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome to Command Power, the show in which we discuss all things Magic the Gathering with a focus on Commander.
And welcome to another episode of our card spotlight series in which I highlight a card that I think should see more play in Commander. But before that, just a quick reminder to click subscribe if you enjoy my videos. We're well on our way to 1 million subscribers and your support means everything to me. And today we're going to be talking about Descent Into Avernus. For 2 colors and 1 red, it's an enchantment that says at the beginning of your upkeep, put 2 Descent counters on Descent Into Avernus, then each player creates X treasure tokens and Descent Into Avernus deals X damage to each player, where X is the number of Descent counters on Descent Into Avernus. So apart from the fact that it says the word Descent about 20 times on one card, this is a really interesting and powerful card that I've been very impressed with the more decks I've been putting it into. It just does a lot of stuff that's really good in Commander and synergizes very well with a lot of different strategies. The first thing to note is that of course in red you have a bunch of decks that just want to have treasure synergies, and this gives treasures in absolute spades. You're going to get treasures left and right with this, and very quickly you're going to have more than you know what to do with. That's very good, but of course if that's all it did, it wouldn't really be good enough. It's also giving your opponents treasures, it's worth noting, which is usually a big downside, but if you build your deck in a way that punishes them for using those artifacts, and there's an increasing amount of cards that do that, then this card becomes much better. But then there's also the fact that it's dealing damage to them. It's not just giving them treasures for nothing, it's actually dealing repeated damage to your opponents over and over, and if you know that this is in your deck, you can build with that in mind and play more life gain than you would normally play just to offset the fact that this is going to deal so much damage to you. Your opponents don't have that luxury. They don't know that this is coming or that you have it in your deck, so they might not be prepared to deal with all the life they're going to take from this, and trust me, this deals a lot of damage very quickly. It's 2 damage the first turn, 4 damage the second turn, 6 damage the third turn. That's already 12 damage after just 3 turns. It kills people that are unprepared super fast, and you definitely have to have a game plan if you see your opponent dropping this. So for the good parts of this card, we've got the fact that it deals damage to your opponent and that it has treasure synergy, but the treasures are also artifacts. That's something that red really likes to use, so it gives you a lot of synergy in that sense too, because red can certainly have a lot of ways to trigger damage with those artifacts, or to sacrifice them for benefit, or all sorts of different effects. Extra artifacts are always worth having, and this is not just 1 or 2. You're gonna get like 10 or 12 artifacts if this doesn't get removed. This will eventually draw some ire from the table if they know what it's about or if they've played against it, but the first couple of times that you play this, people are probably not going to know just how good it is, so they might ignore it and let it live for a while, and in that case you should be able to run away with the game. You are ramping your opponents, but you're also damaging them heavily, and if you have other ways to punish them for those artifacts, then it's going to be very good. One commander where this is really good is in Kibo Oktabi Prince. You want your opponents to be sacrificing artifacts because it's going to buff your team, so the treasures that you're giving them might not be usable for them, but they're certainly going to be usable for you. Another commander that really loves this is of course Jolene, because she can put those treasures to really good use. In any case, it's a very flexible card that fits in a lot of different strategies, and it's definitely worth trying out. So there you have it. Those have been my thoughts on this new spoiler. What do you think about this card? Please let me know in the comment section below. I read all comments and respond to all of them too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like or subscribe. It really helps the channel, and until next time, take care. Woo!